Hey everyone, in this video I wanted to show you how to leverage tools like ChatGPT to help you build your resume faster, especially if you don't have any IT and or cybersecurity background, to help you try to figure out like what are some of those transferable skills, etc. And instead of you sitting around with a pen and paper all day long, you can just use tools like ChatGPT to help you flesh out that information based on a job title and based on a job description that you're actually looking at. So any prompts I use in this video are going to be pasted below in the description, so you can just copy and paste them from there. But basically what we're doing with this first prompt, I went ahead and found a random job description for an information security analyst. So that's what this particular role is. And then I listed out some random job titles as well. You can list whatever job titles are actually based on your experience. Now, if you're just like a student, I also included a student one here, so you can kind of see what that looks like as far as like potential transferable skills as a student. So all I'm doing here is pasting a job description. I'm letting ChatGPT know, hey, I'm pasting the job description. I'm also going to list some job titles based on the job description, and based on the job titles, I need to give me resume bullets that a top candidate, and that's a key thing here, a top candidate for the job would have on their resume. And then make sure you include transferable skills and any other skills that would, translate into what they're actually asking for in the job description. So that's the prompt there, and I've already run it. That way you don't have to watch it, typing away here. So when we come down here, what you're going to see is that ChatGPT has given you some basic resume bullets. It's going to talk about some of the transferable skills that you might have based on your experience, for example, here as a teacher. It's also going to give you those resume bullets. A lot of things you probably didn't even think about if you've got a background as a teacher, that you've handled student data privacy in accordance with regulations. So that shows that you can securely handle data. You've handled different protocols, etc., right? You've potentially created, or been involved in the creation of some policies. So that shows that you've got skills, in policy creation and risk awareness, etc., right? So there's these transferable skills that we often, when we're working a job, we don't think about. I also included a fast food job here just so you can see, like, even in fast food, you've got transferable skills to cybersecurity. So for example, here you've helped the customers with the point of sale systems, right? So you've taken cash in some cases, but you've also, helped them run their card or scan the app or whatever for payment. So that shows that you're aware of, security around transactions, right? You've been involved in following processes around hygiene and safety standards at the restaurant. So that shows that that's transferable to the fact that you can adhere to compliance and protocols, right, for cybersecurity. So again, a lot of these things people don't think of as transferable skills, but they're all skills that, when phrased in the right way, can help you a lot on your resume. And even down here, I've got that university one as a student. So, you can talk about your coursework, etc., that you've done as a student. So, that all being said, that's the resume bullets. You can basically copy and paste those to your resume. You can also throw existing resume bullets in here, but I encourage you to initially just let ChatGPT do it based on a title and a company, and then see what it comes up with based on the job description, because it's going to come up with some bullets that you haven't thought of yet. Once you've got your resume bullets, then what you want to do is a second prompt that I'm going to put in the chat, of the description of the video, but I'm not going to actually show it here. That's a prompt for checking your ATS match percentage. And so basically you're just going to be testing your resume bullets once you've got them all set against the job description, and you're going to see like what's the estimated match percentage for ATS or applicant tracking system. If it's 90% or above, you're good to go. If it's below 90%, look at the suggestions that ChatGPT gives you and then make some adjustments until you get it above 90%. Most recruiters, hiring managers, whoever is basically looking at your resume, most of them out there aren't going to even consider you at all for an interview if you're below 90% match. The reason for that is because they get like literally 1,000 people applying, so they don't have time to waste on something that's like a 70% match, even if you might be good for the job. So 90% match is the baseline you want to look for. Once you've got all that set, all the resume bullets, and you're 90% or above match, then you'll do this last prompt here, which is basically just telling ChatGPT that based on the resume information I'm giving you, so you're going to paste those resume bullets once you've got them set, and then based on the job description, I need you to write me a cover letter for the job. And then from there, it'll give you a cover letter. And You can adjust, the cover letter based on, what you want it to do, based on some of the verbiage. Like some things might sound too desperate or whatever. So you can say like, hey, I don't, that sounds too desperate. Can you write this in a different way? And ChatGPT will say, here's, a couple of options. Which one do you like? If you've been laid off and you want to talk about that in the cover letter, you could say, hey, I also got laid off because of a reduction in force or RIF. And I want to talk about the cover letter briefly to let them know why there's a gap in my experience on my resume. Again, you can ChatGPT, you put that in here, it'll give you back, the information on that, and then it'll also tell you where you need to put it in the cover letter, where it makes the most sense, etc. Right? So once it gives you the initial cover letter, don't just like copy and paste this and run with it. Make sure you read through it all. Make sure you adjust things as needed. You might delete some things, etc. That's all fine, but it's just going to give you a rough draft of a cover letter. So using ChatGPT can save you a ton of time. My other suggestion is to build like one good resume, one good cover letter for a type of job. So what I mean by that is if you're still kind of undecided where you want to work in cybersecurity, have it do one for, let's say you want to be maybe a cybersecurity engineer, or maybe you want to be a SOC analyst, or maybe you're open to being a junior pen tester. Maybe you want to work on the compliance side in a GRC type of role. Maybe you want to work in auditing. Maybe you're just like, I don't know what, whoever's going to hire me, that's all I care about. So pick a couple of those, build like a main resume for each of those and a main cover letter for each of those, because then when you actually go find jobs out there that are open, you can quickly just copy paste to ChatGPT like, hey, based on the resume bullets I'm pasting below, based on the attached job description, give me the ATS match percentage. And if it says, hey, you're 92% or something, basically 90% or above, you don't have to do anything to your resume at that point, right? You just need to adjust the cover letter to that new job you're applying for. But your resume is good to go. And that's why you want to do like one main resume for the type of job you're applying for, because then you just literally check it against the ATS match percentage. If it's above 90% or 90% or above, you're good to go. And then you just saved yourself probably 30 minutes to an hour of work of trying to tailor the resume to the job description, because you've already got a really, really good resume to work off. So that's it. Hopefully this is helping you. And like I said, in the description below, you're going to find the prompts that I mentioned for the video.